We have Michael McCrudden's SNL audition, take one.
No, I'm not here to audition, I host videos.
We said take one.
More cowbell!
Superstar! I live in a van down by the river.
Yeah, I don't think I'll be getting a callback. Let's leave it to the professionals. Hey guys, my name is Michael McCrudden and welcome to Most Amazing Top 5, where I break down the world into brilliant top 5 lists. First off, I want to hear from you guys in the comments down below. Who is your favorite SNL cast member of all time? I look forward to reading your comments. Now let's jump into our list. Top 5 SNL cast members ever. And this is like who I chose. Me and my friends, we talked about it over some beers. So, I look forward to hearing what you guys have to think about my choices. Let's jump into the list. First up in the number 5 spot, we got Andy Samberg. He was on the show from 2005 to 2012. Now, SNL would inevitably be competing with the internet and content creators all over the world, so there was no one better than Andy Samberg to usher in the era of comedy shorts. Plus, that guy and his boys over at Lonely Island, they knew what to do with YouTube before YouTube even knew what to do with YouTube. Lazy Sunday, they put out Dick in a Box, as well as Throw It on the Ground, as well as Mother Lover. There was I'm on a Boat, Jizz in My Pants, I Just Had Sex. That one's a personal favorite of mine. But then there's Jack Sparrow, featuring Michael Bolton. Oh, it was so good. Moving on to the number 4 spot, we got Kristen Wiig. She was on the show again from 2005 to 2012. Now you know her today as a feature film player in movies like Bridesmaids, but Kristen Wiig proved she was game for anything during her time on SNL. Now a personal fave of mine was her character Mindy Grayson, a woman who was desperate to make it on Broadway. Then she got her big break as a mute woman who was desperate to say the word jazz. Just so awkward, but yet so good. There was also Gilly, the Target Lady, Donna C, Aunt Linda, and well, countless others. Now to prove to you that I'm not the only one who's absolutely in love with this woman, she got the most heartfelt send-off in SNL history of all time. They even had Mick Jagger there, who's singing her a song. The world just loves her. Moving on to the number 3 spot, we got Chris Farley. He was on the show from 1990 to 1995. Now Farley, he made his act look effortless. He was just yelling and screaming and a whole lot of slapstick. But when you actually go and try and do some crazy stuff like that yourself, no one can pull it off quite like he did. I mean, did you see what I did in the intro? It didn't work. On top of that, this man can do cartwheels. Yeah, he might not look it, but he is in fact a ballerina at his art. Now one of his most popular sketches was as Matt Foley, the motivational speaker, who lives down by the river in a van. But how about that time he went toe to toe against Patrick Swayze in a Chip and Dale dance-off? Oh, that guy is just way too good. Now as his career ended at SNL, he decided to throw in the towel. Our next player had just started. That brings us to number 2, where we have Will Ferrell, who was on the show from 1995 to 2002. Now there is no way Will himself, Lorne Michaels, anyone watching that show or his fellow cast members would know at the time that the sketch Fear the Reaper, where he was asking for more cowbell, would become his greatest hit. But it is! Now Will went from being the most unliked character in his first season to becoming the highest paid SNL cast member of all time. Yeah, he did good. His characters like Richard Goulet, Marty Culp, Craig Buchanan, and Harry Carey, well, they were timeless. Also his impressions of Alex Trebek, James Lipton, George W. Bush, oh, there were so many. So I went new school with Andy Samberg and Kristen Wiig. We went a little mid-school with Will Ferrell. Then there was Chris Farley. You know I'm going old school with our number 1 spot. Finally, we have John Belushi. My apologies go to Mr. Eddie Murphy. Now John Belushi was on the show from 1975 to 1979. Now there are a few places on earth a man like John Belushi would actually fit in, but as soon as he got on the stage at SNL, the man was home. He was coined the first rock and roll star of comedy, and he was the first to make a cocaine joke on SNL. That happened in the 6th episode, but they didn't really know what they were doing. You can imagine the executives were a little nervous. And then he did a sketch where he was a samurai swordsman, and he cut the guest host. Like literally on the head, blood was everywhere. People couldn't believe what was happening, but it worked out to be comedic gold. His impressions of Captain Kirk, Joe Cocker, and George Wallace, well, they were timeless as well. Now, if you're not familiar with his work, well, go onto YouTube, type in John Belushi as well as samurai, and you're gonna see some pretty impressive stuff. You're welcome. Alright guys, that's all I got for you in this top 5. My name is Michael McCrudden. Thanks for sitting back, subscribing, and for watching these videos. Be sure to let me know in the comments down below who your favorite SNL cast member is in the comments down below. And that's I think all I got for you in this one. More cowbell please. Check out our other videos, hit subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Go!